Hi there, I'm Sandra Joseph. I'm here with Pete Bissonette. He is the president of Learning Strategies and the author of a new book that I'm so excited to tell you about, Breakfast, Tea, and Bourbon. Hi, Pete.
Sandra, hello. Thank you.
So tell us a little bit about this book.
Okay, so I hid $50,000 somewhere in the U.S., wrote a novel about a treasure hunt, and then woven between the lines of the novel are hints and clues that will lead the reader to where the treasure is. Find the treasure and I'll give you $50,000.
And any hints about where this $50,000 might be?
Yes, it's all in the book.
Okay.
So the treasure is hidden somewhere in the U.S. and what you do when you read the book, well, first of all, it's going to be one or two types of people who find the treasure. It's either going to be somebody who is really into puzzles and riddles and solves the mystery of the book, or it's going to be someone who reads the book for fun and enjoys it, because it is a fun little book. And then in thinking about the book afterwards, starts to put two and two together, and they say, hey, I think I know where it is, let's go get it. So it's going to be one of those two types. Now the reason that's possible is because the strategy to use to find the treasure is you first of all figure out where it is. So let's say you live, or the treasure is in Denver. So it takes about 3/4 of the book to figure out that the treasure is in Denver. And there's, maybe 14, 15 different ways to figure out that it's in Denver. So then you can do that at home. Then you go to Denver and you follow what the characters in the book do, and that'll bring you within 6 inches of where the treasure is.
Wow. So someone, by reading this book, can actually figure out where in the United States there is a treasure hidden worth $50,000.
And you'll get 50,000 US dollar coins. That's a half ton of money.
It's incredible.
Yeah, well, I'll write you out a check because if you come to get it, it will take 16 suitcases to get below the weight limit of the airlines.
Oh my goodness. I'm going to share that I was able to read an advanced copy of the book, and not only does it have this $50,000 treasure, the book itself is a treasure to read because it's this joyful story. It put me in a good mood as I was reading it. Pete's just one of the coolest guys you'll ever meet, and it's a story of a group of friends. Can you tell us a little bit about the content of the book?
Yeah, so it's a story about a group of 5 best friends. They pay $5,000 to join a treasure hunt, and they rent a dilapidated RV and they go in search of the treasure. And so the story is a combination of what they do on the way to find the treasure and then background into their lives, and then you can find out why they are best friends and why everything works for them. And what I love about it is it becomes then a book of friendship. It's the type of people you want to have in your life.
Exactly. I said I wanted to have everybody over for the weekend. Just hang out with these characters because you really get to know them, and they're just a really fun, cool group of people. And they really like to drink. And as a bonus, there are cocktail recipes in the book as well.
Yes.
Right?
Yep. My favorite is the bourbon sidecar.
Okay.
And that one's made with bourbon and lemon and Cointreau. My second favorite is something called Bourbon. Bourbon is a bourbon cocktail recipe. And so as a matter of fact, it was all over the media at New Year's for New Year's toasting. And now for the Super Bowl this year, it's there's probably 15 to 20 food bloggers now are declaring it the drink for the Super Bowl.
The Bourbon?
The Bourbon.
Fantastic. So share a little bit about Learning Strategies and the book and how those two might intertwine in some way.
So I've spent the last 4 decades helping people find their inner treasures of creativity, of ingenuity, of resourcefulness. Because when you activate those treasures, you're able to accomplish any goal or ambition that you have, whether it's writing a novel or building a house or starting a business or whatever goal you have. But you know what the problem is? Inertia. Getting people off the couch, getting people to do something. So I got to thinking, why not kind of take a pot of gold and shake it up in front of people, get people stumbling over themselves, excuse me, to find the treasure. Because in order to find the treasure, you have to use creativity, ingenuity, and resourcefulness. And when you do that, finding the treasure, guess what? It spills over in all parts of your life.
Absolutely.
Yeah. And everybody who buys a treasure, we're giving a gift. not buys the treasure, buys a book, we're giving the gift. And the gift is a paraliminal called Finding Treasure. Now, talk about the paraliminals, because you first became familiar with us through the Peak Performance Paraliminal.
Yes, I'm in love with paraliminals, and I would love for you to explain how they work and what they are for people who've never heard that word. I use paraliminals, and I'm doing this because I listen on my little earbuds before every high stakes performance that I have, when I'm nervous, when I really need to do my best and I'm feeling a little insecure. That Peak Performance Paraliminal that I have been using for years is my go-to tool that helps me get calm and centered and feel powerful and ready. I just used it last month before I did a symphony concert on New Year's Eve. So I don't even understand what it is and what it does. I just know it works. So
Yeah,
please tell
it is.
us.
It is magical. Paul Shilley first created them. He's co-founder of Learning Strategies. And when you're listening, you hear a voice in each ear speaking to different parts of your brain.
Right.
So it helps you activate your whole mind, your whole brain. That's why it's best to use earbuds. And it's also best to relax and close your eyes when listening to them. It doesn't reprogram you, but rather it teaches you how on a deep level to respond differently to what's going on in the world. So when you have a performance, it helps you respond differently so that you have all of your inner resources so that you can do your best. We created now for everybody who buys the book another paraliminal called Finding Treasure. So it helps you find all the treasures in all parts of your life. It's kind of like an law of attraction activator, and it helps you pay attention to everything that's all around you. But what it's also going to do, if you're working with the treasure hunt, it will help you activate those inner resources so that maybe you'll find the treasure.
Mm-hmm.
And we're going to be doing something special for all of your friends and all the people that you know. If you order the book, and if you use the link that's on this post, and if you buy directly from Learning Strategies and not from Amazon or one of the other ones, we're also going to give you the Peak Performance Paraliminal. So Sandra's go-to paraliminal. There's 2 sessions on it, so you'll be able, when you get it, you'll be able to read through. They're about 20 minutes each, so you'll understand how to use them, and then you can use them anytime you're in a situation where you need to have peak performance, or when you want to find a treasure.
Incredible gifts and resources. So subliminal is probably the term that many of us are familiar with, and how do subliminals work differently from paraliminals?
So subliminal means below the threshold of conscious awareness.
Okay.
Paraliminal means beyond the threshold of conscious awareness. With a subliminal, you don't hear the messages because they're silent, they're masked. The paraliminals, you hear everything, but with the multiple voices going on, you just kind of zone out and go with the flow and the rhythm of the voices. The problem with subliminals is that they can be very effective, but the messages that you receive and can act on have to be really, really simple. With the paraliminal, they can be more complex. It's not complex for you, but it can be more complex to direct your brain to respond differently. So we have them for freeing yourself from anxiety, for improving your memory, for losing weight, something you and I should both use. There's 42 different aspects of 42 different paraliminals that will help you in almost any part of your life.
Fantastic. So the book itself is a fantastic read. It's just a wonderful, enjoyable journey to go on. But in addition to reading a great book, you have the chance to find $50,000, and you'll also be given 2 incredible gifts: paraliminals to find inner treasure and peak performance. So thank you so much.
Yes, thank you.
Pete
Thank you.
Bissonette. The book is Breakfast, Tea, and Bourbon. Go get a copy today.